If you click on this video, you're probably thinking, what is ghost commerce? Well, trust me, I thought about the exact same thing when I first heard about this. Now, today we're going to be talking about ghost commerce, its pros, its cons, how you can get started on it, and obviously the most important question, what is it? So first and foremost, what is ghost commerce? I'm pretty sure most of you are thinking, I've never heard of this. What is it? Is it just some way of me scaring my customers? No. It's nothing weird like that. Ghost commerce is actually something very simple. Ghost commerce is kind of like ghost writing, where you're really just going to be taking care of things behind the scenes, not really doing much of anything in front of everybody or in front of the scenes. Now, ghost commerce overall is actually something that's very simple to start. There's a lot of benefits to getting started with this, and there's a lot of pros to this. So for one, you're going to have very low startup costs. Besides that, you don't have to worry about managing any inventory. Again, we're kind of just taking care of things behind the scenes. We're not really getting down and dirty. Also, you have the freedom to work from anywhere. You're able to work either from the comfort of your own house, whenever you're on vacation, or from the park, from the beach, from an office, from your typical 9-to-5 job. You're able to work on your ghost commerce business literally from anywhere. Now, with that freedom, you also get 24/7 sales. Because of the fact that you're running an e-commerce store, it never closes. So you're going to be able to get orders, whether it be 9 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock in the morning, midnight, noon, whatever time it is, no matter what day of the week it is either. Whether it be Saturday, Sunday, Monday through Friday, or even holidays like Christmas and Easter where literally everybody is closed, you're going to still be able to get sales. And because of that, it's also very easy to scale your business. Not just scale it by itself, but also you have tools that can help you out with this. Tools that can start to implement automation. And finally, besides the 24/7 sales or the freedom to work from anywhere, you also have a global reach potential, meaning you can literally sell to anybody in the entire world. You're not limited to just people within your country, within your region, within your city, whatever it may be. You can sell worldwide. So what does this sound like? Well, for the most part, this kind of sounds like a dropshipping business, doesn't it? And in essence, it kind of is. Ghost commerce and dropshipping pretty much go hand in hand, except ghost commerce is kind of going to be like a blanket that can really just cover multiple business models. It's funny though that it's called ghost commerce and ghosts wear a blanket, and ghost commerce is kind of like a blanket term for all of these different business models. I don't know. I guess I found it kind of funny. Now, like I mentioned, ghost commerce is more or less of an umbrella term to cover different business models. But besides dropshipping, what other business models can fall under ghost commerce? Well, for one, you have affiliate marketing. And for those of you that don't know, affiliate marketing really is going to be the most simplest form of ghost commerce, where you really don't have to do anything. You don't have to set up a website. You don't have to set much up. The only thing that you're going to have to do is direct people to your links. Whenever somebody clicks on those links, they make a purchase, you get a commission. It's very simple, very easy, and very straightforward. Now, of course, there are different ways to be able to refer people to those links, typically being things like content marketing, either making videos or making different types of content like blogs or articles. Besides that, we also have white labeling. Now, white labeling is going to be very similar to dropshipping, except it kind of takes it up a notch. When you do white label dropshipping, you're going to essentially be creating your own brand. Now, I know it might sound complicated to start your own brand, but hear me out. With white label dropshipping, it's actually very simple because really, you're not formulating anything new. You're simply taking some generic products that a company's selling and slapping your brand name on them. Now, this sounds very simple, and really, it is. It's just one extra added step that you need to do from dropshipping. Besides that, you also have wholesaling. Now, I know a lot of people are going to associate wholesaling with keeping in, but did you know that you can actually start your own dropshipping business as a wholesale dropshipping business? It's actually very easy. To do is, for one, select the right suppliers. So you can go with a company like, let's say, Costco, and you can start to offer products from there. You can already buy from Costco at wholesale direct prices. So that's something that's going to be very easy for you to be able to mark up and offer it to your different types of customers. Of course, we're not going to be selling to your regular consumers. You're going to be selling to different businesses because those are, for the most part, who are going to be purchasing wholesale. But besides that, we also have print on demand. Now, print on demand is going to be very similar to dropshipping, except you're not going to be simply offering different types of products. You're going to be creating these different types of products by designing them. So you're going to have a list of products like t-shirts, mugs, rugs, shoes, whatever it may be. And all you have to do is create the designs for these products. So you're going to put the design on a t-shirt, you're going to put it on a pair of shoes, you're going to put it on a bath mat. There's tons of different products that you can design. And the best part is that you don't have to actually print any of them. Again, we're doing ghost commerce. We're not going to be providing any of these products ourselves. The only thing we're going to be doing is simply doing the behind the scenes work. In this case, designing. As always, to make things a bit easier for you and easy to follow along with, I'm going to have an easy to reference cheat sheet with all of the different links, tips, and tricks that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. And if you want access to that, just go ahead and drop a comment down below with the hashtag #GhostCommerce and let me know what your takeaways from this video. When I say that you went ahead and did that, I'll reply back with a link to the sheet. Now, is ghost commerce profitable? Well, of course. Affiliate marketing is profitable. Dropshipping is profitable. Print on demand is profitable. White label dropshipping is profitable. So ghost commerce overall is going to be a very profitable business. The only difference is that, again, ghost commerce is an umbrella term that's going to be used to describe all of these different types of businesses that are in one way, shape, or form relevant to each other. But overall, depending on the type of business that you're starting, you can, for the most part, start to expect anywhere between 20 to about 30 or 40, or sometimes even more in terms of percentages for your profit margin. At the beginning, you are going to be in the lower end, so you'll probably be starting even less than 20, so maybe between 15 to 30. But once you start to gain more experience, once you start to learn what works, and once you start to partner up with the right suppliers, then you're going to be able to start offering your products at a much higher marked up price. And you're also going to be able to start sourcing them at a lower price. So you'll be able to start making higher profit margins. So what are some of the different pros and cons to actually starting a ghost commerce business? Now, keep in mind, going forward, we are going to be more than anything talking and referring to the dropshipping business model. But again, everything that I'm talking about now going forward, it's also pretty applicable to any of the other business models that I talked about earlier, with the exception of affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is going to be a little bit different, but if you want more information on that, then you can just check out the description down below. We're going to have a video on there that explains everything you need to know about that. So the first pro, and probably the best one, is going to be the fact that you can start with practically zero startup costs. Now, of course, you can start with a little bit of money. You can start with a small budget, which in turn will help you scale a little bit faster. But overall, you are able to start for very cheap. Remember, with dropshipping or with ghost commerce, you're not going to be needing to purchase any inventory up front. You're not going to be needing to purchase any spaces to be able to store that inventory. And best of all, you don't have any overhead. The only overhead you're going to have is going to be your website costs, if that's the route that you decide to go. Now, if you do want to start for completely free, then you can get started with eBay. On eBay, you can get started literally with $0 down. The only time that you're going to have to pay for something is when you get an order, so you can actually place that order for your customer. Besides that, realistically speaking, it's actually very easy to get started in this. Basically, what you're going to need to do is figure out where you want to set up your shop and go from there. It's not going to be that hard. A little bit more than that a little bit later on in the video, so make sure you stick around. Now, adding to the ease of getting started, it's also very easy and pretty simple to actually scale your business. There's tons of different tools that you can use to your advantage, like AutoDS, that can help you automate your day-to-day tasks. Things like your product importing, instead of taking you 20, 30 minutes, are going to take you literally seconds. And of course, everybody's favorite and pretty much what everybody is seeking, you have the potential for passive income. Who doesn't love passive income? Who isn't trying to set up a passive income source? Now, for those of you that don't know, passive income is really when you're kind of just sitting back, kicking it, and you're making money at the same time. Now, obviously, it's not as easy as just kicking back. You do need to have some sort of system in place, but creating these different systems and maintaining them, it's fairly simple. It's just that you need to put in a little bit of work at the beginning to really build your business. But of course, just like any other business, you need to put in a little bit of work. Otherwise, it is going to fail. Now, those are some of the pros, but what about some of the cons? Of course, like any other business model, there's a few things that you need to keep in mind so that way you're aware of what's to come. And for one, it's going to be your dependency on your suppliers. Whether you're doing affiliate marketing or whether you're doing drop shipping, print on demand, or whatever else it may be, you always need to keep in mind that you're not going to be doing any quality control. All of this quality control, all of your products, everything is coming directly from your suppliers or from your manufacturers, which for the most part can be good, but every once in a while, if you choose to partner up with the wrong suppliers, you might be getting some bad quality products. Bad quality products will ultimately end up in either returns or chargebacks, things that you really don't want to deal with. But again, the risk to this is easy to mitigate by simply choosing the right people or the right suppliers to work with. Also, you have very limited control over your branding unless you're going white label dropshipping or with print on demand. For the most part, when it comes to actually branding your products, this is going to be something that you're going to have to talk to your supplier about to see how they do it. Some places like AutoDS make it very simple for you by simply telling you what products are eligible to be branded and making it very simple for you to upload your logo. In this case, what happens is your product is shipped out with a custom thank you card and with your logo on the invoice. This can really help start to increase your branding and your brand awareness. But again, this is going to be something that's very dependent and is going to vary from supplier to supplier. All right, so with all that's being said and done, how do you actually get started with your ghost commerce business? Well, again, we're going to be talking about, in particular, dropshipping right now. So this is how you can get started in this. Now, remember, with this way of doing things, with this way of starting your ghost commerce business, you do have the option to brand some of your different products. So I'm going to show you that in a second. Now, to get started, the first thing that you need to do is simply start doing some product research. You need to figure out what products you're going to sell and what is going to be your niche. My suggestion: pick a niche that you're passionate about, something that you know at least a little bit about, instead of going into something completely blind. If you go into a niche that you know nothing about, you're probably going to be choosing all of the wrong products. Even though something might seem innovative to you, or it might seem like it has an awesome wow factor, to somebody who actually knows that niche, they might just be thinking, I've seen this everywhere. And it might not really be anything that special. That's why I always say, go with a niche that you know, something that you know at least a little bit about, so that way it's easier for you to conduct your product research. Now, to help you in this product research and help you find some trending products, you can go ahead and use the handpicked product section over at AutoDS. Now, in order to gain access to the handpicked product section, you are going to have an account with AutoDS. And if you're not signed up just yet, you can get started right now for just $1 for the next 2 weeks. So once you're signed up to AutoDS, the next thing you're going to see is going to be this screen after you go ahead and connect to your store. Now, this right here is the handpicked product section. All of these different products are handpicked by a team of expert dropshippers with a specific criteria in mind. Now, all of these products are proven trending products. These are all winning products with a proven track record, meaning in the last few months, they've been moving. People have been purchasing these and people have been looking for these. Now, if you want a little bit of extra information on any one of these different products, all you have to do is simply go ahead and click into it. And once you click into it, you're going to have all of this extra information. So for one, you're going to have an engagement score and a saturation score. This is something that nobody else gives you and is extremely helpful. So the engagement score is really just telling you how active this product is on social media. How many people are interacting with these posts? The more people that are interacting with it, the more popular the product is going to be. Now, as far as a saturation score, this is going to tell you how full the market is with this product. So right now it has a saturation score of 60, which means it's right in the middle of busy. So there's a lot of room for you to be able to still go in there and start selling this product. You can go ahead and use the metrics from the social media engagement score to see if it's worth posting on, let's say, Instagram or Facebook, and to give you a bit of an idea as to how you can start marketing it. You also have the social ads section down here. Here you're going to have a few different ads, both on Facebook and from TikTok, that are running promoting this same product. So that way you can go ahead and click into any one of these and start to get a bit of inspiration on how you should structure your own content. Now, if you don't make content, I get it. Another thing that you can do is you can actually go ahead and click these 3 dots and download the videos and then just repost them yourself. The best part about this is the fact that it actually gives you the videos without a watermark. Now, I don't suggest that you just straight up repost these videos. I highly suggest that you do a little bit of editing, add some filters, maybe add a few different effects, and just make it look a bit different than the original one. Besides that though, you also have Google Trends, and Google Trends is amazing simply because it can really help you anticipate when trends are going to come. So think about it this way. Let's say you want to start up a store that sells swimsuits. So something that's related to the summer. So in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to run over to Google Trends and you're going to simply look up swimsuits. Now, by default, you are going to have the last day, and this isn't going to help us at all. Instead, what we want to do is we want to switch it over to the past 5 years, and then we can see a clear trend line. So every single year, you can see that around November is when it starts to pick up. Here we have March, and then we have the peak over in May. Following year, same thing. Around November is when it starts to pick up. Peaks around May and June, middle of summer. And then right after that, right at the end of summer, or summer vacation really, it starts to dip. And then same thing the year afterwards. 2023 is going to be the same thing, November. 2022 is going to be the same thing, so in November it starts to spike. And then 2023, same exact trend. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking right here is when we want to sell it, at the very top. It's actually not. You want to make sure that you start selling at least 1 to 2 months before the trends start. So that way when people start looking for these products, you're going to be one of the first names that starts to pop up. Now, not just that, but another thing that you have to keep in mind is that right here at peak season, that's when people stop buying because nobody's going to be needing them anymore. Everyone's going to start getting ready for the next trend or for the fall or for back to school, let's say. Now, once you know what niche you want to get into and what products you want to sell, the next thing you're going to need to do is simply choose your selling platform. So where are you going to be selling your products? For this, you have a few different options. You're going to have two main categories. One is going to be marketplace and the other one is going to be an e-commerce platform. Marketplaces are going to be things like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, places where you go, you sign up and you sell on somebody else's platform, an already established marketplace. Whereas when you're starting your own e-commerce platform, then in this case, you're going to be selling on your own website, something like Shopify, Wix, or WooCommerce, where you're going to design the entire thing, you're going to import all of your products, and one of the biggest differences, you're going to bring in your own traffic. That's one of the biggest differences between marketplaces and platforms. A marketplace, it's already established. People are going to Etsy, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, ready to make a purchase. They're going to these websites already willing to spend the money because they know what they want to buy. Or sometimes they know what they want to buy. Sometimes they're just window shopping. But ultimately, they already know that this is a place where you can go and make a purchase. Whereas with your own website, nobody's going to know that it exists. So you're going to have to put a little bit of extra effort into your marketing. And when it comes to your marketing, there's a few different things you can do. For one, you can run TikTok ads, you can run Facebook ads, you can run Snapchat ads. And for the most part, those are going to be the main paid ways to be able to promote your products. Oh, and also Google ads. And then as far as free ways to do this, you can start creating content. So like I mentioned earlier, you can start making TikTok videos. Those TikTok videos you can start posting on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and also start making different types of content, such as blogs or articles. One of the best ways to structure these different types of content, whether it be for videos and for articles, is going to simply be to start off with a problem or make the entire topic around a problem and then offer your product as a solution. Now, after you established where you want to do business, the next thing you need to do is very important. And this is going to be making sure that you pick the right suppliers. If you're partnering up with AutoDS, you get access to tons of different suppliers, plus private suppliers and the AutoDS warehouse. So all of our private suppliers, they're actually thoroughly vetted. So that way we can ensure that each one is going to have one, fast shipping, and two, great quality products. But of course, there are other options to choose from. You can also go with something like AliExpress, Amazon, eBay, other Shopify stores even, Shein, Costco, Wayfair. There's tons of different suppliers that you can partner up with. If you want an entire list of all of the best ones, then make sure you check out the cheat sheet where I'm going to have all of them listed out for you. All right, so after we have that part done, the next thing we need to do is finally start importing products to our store so we can start making some sales. Now, to do this, there's a few different ways that you can go about it. The most common way is obviously going to be the manual way of doing things. So you're going to find a product like one of these dog collars, let's say, go ahead and click into it. And then we're going to take the link. We're going to go ahead and cut it or copy it, run back over to AutoDS, and then we're going to click on Add Products. From here, we're going to go ahead and click on Add Product, and then in this little box, we're going to go ahead and paste in our URL. Now, as you can see, our supplier source right now is showing as AliExpress, and it's shipping from China. So if you want to post this directly to our store and have it go live, we can go ahead and click on Publish to Store. But my suggestion is click on Edit Now, because we want to make sure that we optimize the title, the description, our pricing, and everything else. So once you go ahead and click on Edit Now, it's going to take you to your draft section where you're going to be able to make any necessary edits. On here, you can go ahead and change the title. You can add it to any different category. We can go ahead and change the description as well. Now, one really neat thing to note about this is that for both the description and for the title, we can go ahead and optimize it with AI. So that way we can have everything optimized from this same screen. So that way we're not switching screens, going to ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or whatever it is. Everything is done for you directly from the AutoDS dashboard. Besides that though, we also have a variations tab where you're going to have all of the different variants and you're also going to have the pricing. Now, one really neat thing about this is that you can go ahead and select everything from here, click on edit to bulk edit, and you can set your pricing based on your preferences. So if you want everything to be at a profit of 100%, you can go ahead and do that, and all of the prices will be adjusted accordingly. Now, besides that, the last tab I'm going to show you is going to be the images tab, where you have your different pictures, where you can add, delete, or even edit some of them. And once you're ready for your product to go live, simply click on Save and Import, and it'll be automatically imported to your store, where it'll be ready to sell within minutes. So as you can see, it's really fast. It takes a lot of time away from having to do things the manual way, which ultimately, if you do things the manual way, it's going to take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes to do each product, depending on how much changes you need to make, how many variations it has, and all that stuff. But when you're doing one or two, it's not that big of a deal. But really, when you start to import multiple products, 5, 10, 15, 20 a day, it's going to start to take a good amount of time. It's going to take a few hours. So this is where automation can really help you out. And this is where it really shines in helping you save some very valuable time that could be better reinvested somewhere else. Now, once you have all of these products live in your store, you're getting traffic to your store, you're running a few ads, you're running a few marketing campaigns, then people are going to start to come into your store and they're going to start making purchases. In which case, this is where one of the most important parts comes in, and that's going to be your order fulfillment. Now, just like with product importing, you can do this manually. You can go ahead and take your customers' details, plug them into your supplier's website, and have them ship it out to your customers. Pay everything with your own credit card, your debit card, or however you wish. Now, this is fine, but again, doing multiples, it's going to start to take a long time. The time doing each one of these individually, it starts to add up. But not just that. With order fulfillment, there's also one big issue, and that's going to be the possibility for human error. Now, I know you might be thinking, I'm perfect. I never make any errors. I'm always going to have all of my orders done the way that they need to be. And I said the same thing until my customer never received their order and I realized that I put a 1 instead of a 7. So this is something that happens. It might not have happened to you yet. It might never happen to you, but it does happen from time to time to some people. So the possibility for human error is there. And to help you out with this issue and just pretty much help you avoid it altogether, that's where automation can come in to fulfill the orders for you. AutoDS will take the order, it'll take your customer's details, and it'll place the order on your behalf. So AutoDS actually does this in 2 different ways. One, with automatic orders, where it'll sign into your AliExpress account, your Amazon account, or whatever it may be, and place that order on your behalf using your credit card, your banking details, or whatever payment method you choose. Now, the other option is my favorite, and that's going to be Fulfilled by AutoDS. Fulfilled by AutoDS doesn't use your information at all. Instead, it actually uses the AutoDS buyer accounts, whether it be for Amazon, AliExpress, or anything else. AutoDS is going to be signing in to these accounts using its own accounts, and it's going to make the purchase using this right here, which is a balance that you top up whenever you start to run low. Now, if you're using Amazon as one of your suppliers, this is going to be what you want to go with. Some places like Amazon, they don't like their products being shipped to other people or being resold because that's what they do. They want you to opt in for Fulfilled by Amazon. So being able to use a service like Fulfilled by AutoDS is going to help you avoid any account issues in the long run. Now, with that being said, that brings me to my last point, which is going to be customer service. This is absolutely crucial. You need to make sure that you have great customer service, not just after you make a sale, but also before you make a sale. If anybody has any questions, if anybody asks you anything about a particular product that you have, you need to reply back to them at the most within 24 hours. If you pass 24 hours, chances are some of these customers, they might forget they ever messaged you in the first place, or they might go somewhere else. So again, always try to get back to your customers within 24 hours, whether it's pre-sale or post-sale. This alone is going to help you bring in more customers or repeat customers. Now, with that being said, that's pretty much everything that you need to know about Ghost Commerce. What did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the description below. If you want access to the cheat sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag GhostCommerce and let me know what your takeaway was from this video. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. As always, it truly means the world to me. If you found any value in this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you like this video or if you like watching me and learning about the dropshipping business, make sure you hit that subscribe button and to not miss out on any future videos the moment that we upload them, so that way you have the competitive advantage. Make sure you ring that little bell notification. Huge thank you once again to everyone for watching. My name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch you on